Welcome to the Midnight Library. I see you found your way here, despite the hour. Tell me, what time is it where you are? And where are you listening from?
It was almost midnight at the DA's office when I received the first message. The subject line was vague. Justice must be served. No name, no context. I didn't even open it. Just dragged it into the junk folder without blinking. I had bigger things to focus on. 3 active murder trials, 2 accidental death cases, and a growing stack of unresolved felonies. As the newly appointed lead prosecutor in the district, I wasn't about to waste time on digital noise, especially not from a journalist. They'd been spamming me lately. Bloggers, freelancers, true crime nobodies desperate for a soundbite. But this one was different. Whoever it was, they were persistent. Same sender, different emails. No credentials, no publication, just a name. Jonathan Keene. He kept circling the same subject. A 2-decade-old cold case about a drowned girl off the rocky shores of Dunmere Beach. No charges, no witnesses, no living family. Closed and forgotten. And he wanted me to reopen it. I didn't reply. I don't entertain amateur hour. But the messages kept coming. Justice wasn't served. She didn't slip, she was silenced. You of all people should understand what justice means. I started feeling watched. Nothing concrete, just a shift in the air. I'd find physical letters on my windshield. It pissed me off. I had no idea who this man thought I was. I earned my reputation through precision, logic, and a refusal to let emotions cloud my judgment. That's what made me good, ruthless, cold, fair. I cared about truth, not ghosts. Then came the threats. He warned me that if I didn't bring the case back to the courtroom, he would. Said he'd reveal the truth himself. I laughed. As if some online obsessive could reopen a 20-year-old file without legal standing or family ties. No one had ever come forward. No parent, no guardian, not even a name attached to the victim. That's why it stayed buried. But then, it happened. Breaking news. Prosecutor Marlene Moore accused of covering up daughter's death. My inbox exploded. Voicemail full. Reporters camped outside the courthouse. Coworkers stared at me like I'd grown a second head. My hands trembled as I read the headline again. Daughter. I don't remember sitting down or breathing. Only the quiet, sharp memory of a name I hadn't heard aloud in nearly 2 decades. Ariel. I tried to contain it, held a press conference, denied the accusations, claimed it was a smear campaign, political noise. But then, he appeared. Jonathan Keene, or rather Daniel Wright, my ex-husband. He didn't just appear, he confessed on camera, told the world that I had taken our daughter after the divorce, changed her name, moved her across the country, cut him out completely. He'd spent 20 years looking for her. Until he found her, not alive, but in a forgotten case buried under paperwork and legal tricks. The girl at Dunmere Beach, she was ours. They say grief can warp memory, but I remember everything with perfect clarity now. Ariel was 5. I'd rented a coastal cottage for the summer. Needed to clear my head after the custody battle. One evening, she wanted to play near the tide pools. I let her. I took a call, just one call. It was about a deposition. It lasted too long. When I came back outside, she wasn't moving. The water was cold. Her lips were blue. I don't remember screaming. I only remember silence. I didn't tell Daniel. Didn't call the police until hours later. Used a different name, filed it under a temporary identity I'd created years prior. No one questioned it. No one knew. The tide erased the rest, and I buried the truth beneath my ambition. The worst part? No one forced me to. I chose to, because facing what I'd done meant unraveling the version of me I built, and I wasn't ready to lose her, or myself. So I closed the file. I moved on, until Daniel reopened it for me. I didn't fight the trial. What was there to say? Yes, the drowned girl was my daughter. Yes, I abandoned her father. Yes, I covered it up. And yes, justice was delayed. But now, finally, it wasn't denied.
Another chapter closed. Leave the candle lit in the comments and tell us what part of the story stayed with you.